This is Jeff TRex Bankens, speaker, minister, performing strongman, and of course, garage gym athlete. Today we're going to talk about how to implement these devices into your training routine after this break. Today we're going to talk to you about a particular type of training tool that relates to hand strength. Specifically, being able to lift a barbell plate by the hub. Just imagine this is a barbell plate. This area right here is where your barbell would enter into the barbell plate. This area that's raised right here where the barbell inserts into the barbell plate is called a hub. All right? This is a hub lifting training tool. This is used in grip competitions, and if I remember correctly, back in the old days, in the York, Pennsylvania York Barbell Club. Men like John Grimmick and others that were around his time would see which one of them could pick up a 45-pound plate by the hub. Now, barbell plates today come in different shapes and sizes. Because of that, it's hard to find one plate that everyone can use in doing this in a competition or even at training at home, because I can tell you I have a bunch of cheap 45-pound plates. Most of them do not have a hub raised enough like this to be able to lift. So to alleviate that, companies have started making these hub lifting training devices. This is by Ironmind. I have a lot of their products because that's just a company I started buying from a long time ago. You can also buy them from places like Sorenex and even possibly Rogue. And if you're on the cheaper side or can't afford the more expensive stuff, which these aren't too bad, you can also go to places like New York Barbell. These are both Ironmind training tools. This one's a little newer, and you can tell because of the finish. I've also got a carabiner. So we've got two hubs, carabiner. Basically all this does is allow you to load it up with weights. Just clip it on like that, and you lift from there. As a strongman, I am not an expert in any particular lift. I try to be good enough at all of them so that I am able to not only have improvement over time in training, just like I do with my barbell training and other things of that nature in cardio. I also want to continually improve in the fact that it would help my performances so that my body does not get as beat up, and also so that I'm able to learn new things, perform them well enough to sell it to the audience where they believe what I'm doing is tough, but at the same time, I'm making it look easy enough to where they believe I'm not maxing out and about to hurt myself. I want to chalk up the fingers of each hand. I found that if you chalk up that side of your thumb, put it right there, then dig your other fingers in like this, then you turn it over and lift. Well, I guess a first PR goal would be like 45 pounds. If you look through my old videos, you'll see that I was able to achieve something like 55 or 60 pounds right-handed. I can't remember exactly. It's been a little while back. If you want to really know the expert advice on this kind of stuff, I would follow people like James Fuller and Jed Johnson. They're both great hub lifters. They compete in it at grip contests, and probably they have something similar at USAWA events. But anyway, I just want to give you the basics. And that's what we're going to do next. I would do this either on an off day if you want to be able to use more weight, or I would do it maybe between sets rather than sitting down and taking a rest. Use this as your rest, because the only thing it's going to tax is this particular type of hand grip. And maybe don't do it immediately before or after something heavy that you'll need your hands for, like deadlifting, farmer's walk, or a trap bar deadlift. Like that's what I use instead of squats. So I wouldn't perform this immediately before or after any of those lifts, but if it's like an upper body day or something like that, I would include this between sets. That way you make the most out of your time. Get a little chalk. 1, 2. Just have some goals to keep in mind. All right. Now, I think I've said this before. I'm very right-handed. I do whatever I can to try to increase the strength of my left hand. My right hand is so dominant. This is one way to do that. It increases strength, dexterity, and everything else. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to point out there are some other tools you can use besides regular chalk. They have liquid versions of chalk. The only thing I would be careful of is, I'm not in a lift or grip lifting federation or anything, but last time I checked, I thought that the liquid chalk was perhaps not legal to use in a competition, but that doesn't really matter when you're training. Okay, that's 3 10-pound plates, so we're up to 30 pounds plus the weight of this and the hub. 40. Let's see if we can get this off the ground. Got it right-handed, so this is probably close to 45 pounds. Ooh. All right. So, those 4 plates plus the hub and the loading pin are right at 45 pounds. And I haven't worked on this in quite a while, so I'm very pleased with that. No, it's not coming left-handed, so what I'm going to do, take off a 10, replace it with a 5. Now I've got 35 pounds on there, plus the weight of the hub and the loading pin. Let's see if I can. I moved it, but it didn't come off the ground, so let's see what we got. Take off a 5, replace it with a 2.5. Just kind of how I do things, because this is more of a supplementary lift for me. Whew. Okay, so I got 3 10s plus a 2.5. We're going to see what that weighs real quick. Around 35 pounds. While this isn't real taxing on the hands, the grip goes like that if you're not used to training this way. And it's like you'll move up progressively very well, and all of a sudden you hit a wall. A good idea for this would be some of those micro loading plates that are 1/4, 1/2, and 1 pound. Now again, if you have any questions or comments related to anything about training at home, training specifically for any strongman related events, and I don't mean like your favorite Uncle Brian Pankey, that's competition strongman. I'm talking about a performing strongman, someone who bends, tears, and breaks and lifts things in seemingly impossible ways to entertain and convey a message to an audience, because that's what I do. So if you have any questions, hit me up. Jeff TRex Bankens, YouTube, Facebook, and all the other social media platforms. God bless. Have a great day.